There's a way to create and share responsive documents online using Adobe InDesign, and in this video, I'll show you how. Follow along in this tutorial and learn how to use an extension called Webpublication to create stunning responsive designs that can adapt to all device platforms. In this video, we'll look at how to add a looping background video and create a pop-up window. So let's jump right into this video and get started. Before we get started, I'd like to go over how to set up the responsive layout document in Adobe InDesign. Let's go ahead and click New File. Of course, that will bring up the new document window here. From the tab selection up top, let's choose Web. And in the width field, let's set that to 1024. Hit your tab key a couple times until you get to the height field, and let's set this to 1450 pixels. We'll leave the orientation set to portrait, and we'll change the pages from 1 to 5. Now, Webpublication recommends this size with a facing pages layout in order to get the best viewing experience across all devices. So let's go ahead and click Facing Pages, turn that on. Finally, let's go ahead and set the margins to 120 pixels all the way around, and you can see in the preview here with the recommended dimensions. So go ahead and click Create. Now, before we go any further, you're going to have to download the Webpublication extension from Adobe Exchange. To access that, go up to Window and then find Extensions on Exchange. This will launch the Adobe Exchange website, and you can already see in the left side menu that InDesign has been selected. To search for the Webpublication extension, just type in the search bar Webpublication, all one word, and press Return. Here's the extension here. I'm going to click it. You can see that I have already acquired it, so go ahead and download it and then restart InDesign. Let's jump back to InDesign now. To launch the Webpublication extension, go up to Window, Extensions, and then choose Webpublication. Now I already have mine docked on the side. Here it is here. There are 3 icons on the left side menu to focus on. The first is Project Setup, and let's go over that first. If I click Project Setup, we have 3 project setups here. The first is single page, which we don't want. There's double page, which Webpublication recommends for best viewing experience on all devices. So let's go ahead and choose that. You also get to choose your navigation. So we want a vertical scroll from page to page. So let's click that. You're also able to choose a background image or video, as well as a color if you want. If you scroll down the panel a little bit more, you could choose your quality. Now by default, it'll be set to standard with 150 ppi. You could choose a lower quality at 96 or very high quality at 300. For this tutorial, let's keep it at 150. We'll also leave the double page mode to single page cover. Now I've already set up and shared a document with you in the exercise files, and it's called Cybersecurity Brochure. Let's jump over to that document next. You can see in the Webpublication window that the settings that we just applied to that new document have also been applied to this one. In this next part, we're going to look at some of the enrichments you can add to a document before sharing it to the Webpublication platform. The first is adding a background video, which I think is really cool. Now I have a placeholder video here. Let me show you. If I click my animation panel, for example, and click the EPUB preview window, you can see that I've placed a MP4 video on the cover page. Now, once we publish it to Webpublication, it won't be cropped like this at 1450 height and 1024 width. You're actually going to see this full frame video, which is really cool. So just think of this as a placeholder for now. You can see if I go to my layers panel, I have a layer called video, which on export, I'm going to actually hide it. This is just there so you can add your text and you can see how it looks visually before you're finished and you're ready to publish. So now let's go ahead and add our background video to the project. Go back to the Webpublication panel and let's go ahead and click Enrichments. Now make sure that you have page 1 selected and then choose Page. In other words, we're only going to make the enrichments adjustments to the page we have selected. You can see in the current page background dropdown, we have some options to add the background of an image or video. Click the Choose dropdown, and we want to choose from desktop. Now I have and provided a video called city_aerial.mp4. Go ahead and click that and click open. And once it's been uploaded, you'll see a preview of the video, a little thumbnail showing that there is a video attached to the project. Under other options, and this is very important, ensure that the transparent page option is checked on. You can see that mine is checked on here. This just ensures that both the left and right side of the page are visible once it's been published to the web publication platform. It also ensures that the video is viewed in full frame and not cropped like you see here on the page. Next, let's take a closer look at how to add a pop-up window using another enrichment tool in the web publication extension. On the second page of the cybersecurity digital brochure layout, you'll notice that there's a Learn More button. Now the concept behind this is I'd like to have the viewer click on this Learn More button, which will trigger a pop-up window, which you can also set up in the web publication extension. I'm going to jump over to a separate document which consists of the pop-up layout. Now this document, called cybersecurity_popup, can also be found in the exercise files. Now in order to set up this pop-up, we're going to have to save it to the web publication platform. Go ahead and click the web publication panel, and let's click the project finalization icon. That's the little rocket ship icon in the left side menu. Now you can see this is already called cybersecurity_popup. That is just fine. Let's go ahead and click Save Online. That's going to take a few moments to render through, and then once it does, hop back to the main cybersecurity brochure document. To set up the pop-up window interactivity, let's go ahead and click the rectangle frame tool in the tools panel and then draw out a rectangle that surrounds the Learn More button. This will become the trigger that launches the pop-up window. Under the Enrichments tab here, you can see we have more options, one of them being Open Pop-up. So go ahead and click that. Under the Window Settings, choose File, and under the Select a File drop-down, choose From My Drive. Double-click this cybersecurity pop-up folder, and then choose the InDesign file that we already published or saved to the web publication platform. Go ahead and click Choose. You can see the file is now attached. If I scroll down a little bit, we could choose our size, one of them being full screen. But because I already know the size of the pop-up window that I created, I'm going to choose Custom. And that size is 1280 by 720. So now that we've placed the video background and we've set up our pop-up window trigger, we can go ahead and publish this to the web publication platform. I'm going to double click on page 1 and go to my layers panel. Remember, let's turn off the placeholder video because we're not going to need that. It will appear when we publish it and we don't want it to. Let's go back to the web publication window and again, choose project finalization. And remember, this is called cybersecurity_brochure. And we can go ahead and save that online as well. Once again, it's going to take a few moments to render and upload to the web publication platform. Once it does, let's have a look in our web browser. All right, I've gone ahead and saved the project to the web publication platform. And what you're seeing here is the desktop preview. Let's make our way through the project. I'm going to click on this button that I created in InDesign. That'll take me to page 2. All the animation that I set up in InDesign is also appearing in the web publication platform. Let's go ahead and click this button, which will trigger the pop-up window that we set up in the web publication extension. And we can also close it and it'll take us back to the main project. I'm going to scroll to the third page. The animation and the interactivity that I set up in InDesign is also carrying over to the web publication platform. Now here's something really cool. If I make my way back up to the cover page, we can preview the project for other devices. For example, if I click the tablet portrait view, you can see that the layout adjusts to that size. The video still plays, the animation plays as well, but if I click the button to take me to page 2, it's now being viewed as single pages, which is really cool. I can also click the smartphone portrait view, and you get the same experience. If I scroll down, it's single pages. And you can see that the text animation as well as the slow grow image animation also carries over from InDesign to the mobile experience. And to test out the responsive design in your web browser, just click full screen. This will relaunch the project. Go to page 2, and then start adjusting your browser to the left. You can see that as I'm doing this, the responsive design will eventually kick in and it goes from the double page to single. And you get that single page viewing experience that you would see for mobile. To recap, there are pros and cons to the Webpublication extension. First, the major pro here is having responsive designs that can adapt to all device platforms. The ability to add enrichment such as looping video backgrounds and full pop-up windows is also a bonus. The biggest drawback is not being able to embed the project to another site using an embed code. Overall though, I think this is a cool extension that gives digital publishers yet another option to share their work online. Thanks for watching, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you'd like to learn more about Adobe InDesign and digital publishing, check out this playlist right up here. Until next time, take care and keep creating.